Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, welcome back to One Stop English with Miss Devi. In this lesson, you are going to learn a new material. But before that, I'd like to remind you to stay positive and motivated. Now, let's get started. Sometimes in our daily life, we want to talk about our experience with other people, like our friends or family. When it happens, which tenses do we have to use? Well, to answer this question, today you are going to find out more about simple past tense and present perfect tense. Now, let's have a look at these two sentences. I lived in Bandung from 2016 to 2019. I have lived in Bandung since 2016. Can you see the difference between these two sentences? Which one is in the form of simple past tense? And which one is in the form of present perfect tense? Excellent! The first sentence is in the simple past tense, while the second sentence is in the present perfect tense. So, how is it different? Well, to answer this question, let's move on to the next part. Alright, everyone, in this part you are going to find out the three common differences between simple past tense and present perfect tense. First, simple past tense is typically used when you want to talk about something which happened at a specific point in time in the past. For example, Sophia did her homework last night. From this sentence, we know the specific time that Sophia did her homework, which was last night. Other time markers that can be used to indicate simple past tense are yesterday, 2 days ago, and maybe in 2016. Now, let's pay attention to present perfect tense. Present perfect tense is typically used to talk about something which happened at some point of time in the past, but the specific time is unknown or unimportant because in present perfect tense, we only focus on the experience, whether we have done it or we haven't done it. For example, Sophia has done her homework. From this sentence, we know that Sophia has done her homework and she can do anything else now or she is free now. Now, let's move on to the second difference. Simple past tense is also typically used to talk about something which started and ended in the past. For example, Mark lived in Bandung from 2016 to 2019. From this sentence, we know that Mark doesn't live in Bandung anymore because it's already 2020. In contrast, present perfect tense is typically used to talk about something which started in the past and it continues in the present. For example, Mark has lived in Bandung since 2016. From this sentence, we know that Mark still lives in Bandung now. The time markers that can be used to indicate this situation are since and for. Finally, let's have a look at the third difference between simple past tense and present perfect tense. Simple past tense is also used to talk about chronological actions which happened in the past. For example, last week I went to Trans Studio Mall. I bought a new pair of sneakers and watched Avengers movie there. After that, I ate pizza and went back home. Meanwhile, present perfect tense can also be used to talk about repeated actions in the past up until now. For example, I have watched Avengers movie for 3 times. The time markers that can be used to indicate this situation is blah 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 times. Alright everyone, I hope you can understand about how to use simple past tense and present perfect tense. Now, let's move on to the next part about how to form simple past tense and present perfect tense. In this part, you are going to have a look at how to form a simple past tense and present perfect tense. For the simple past tense, the structure is subject plus past simple form of the verb or verb to. For example, Tia bought a skirt yesterday. That's for a positive sentence. For a negative sentence, the structure is subject plus did plus not plus the infinitive form of the verb. For example, Tia did not buy a skirt yesterday. For an interrogative sentence, the structure is did plus subject plus verb 1. For example, did Tia buy a skirt yesterday? For present perfect, the structure is subject plus have or has plus past participle or verb 3. Have is used when the subject is I, you, they, we, or more than one. For example, we have written 5 books. Meanwhile, has is used when the subject is he, she, it, or only one person or thing. For example, she has written 5 books. If we want to change the sentence into a negative sentence, the structure is subject plus have or has plus not plus verb 3. For example, she has not written 5 books yet. Lastly, for an interrogative sentence, the structure is have or has plus subject plus verb 3. For example, has she written 5 books? So, that's how you form sentences by using simple past tense and present perfect. Now, to check your understanding about simple past tense and present perfect, let's check out the following quiz. Quiz time. Please use the words in parentheses to complete the sentences with the appropriate tenses. Time's up! Here are the answers. Okay, now we have come to the end of our lesson today. If you are still confused about our lesson today, please feel free to ask me. Thanks for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.